So I had the pleasure of having my colleague Pete join us for this video. So how do you want me to introduce you?
Maybe with some words.
That would be good. Yeah. So okay, I've thought actually a long time about doing a video with my YouTube data, and I've not done it yet. And I've never looked at my YouTube data because when I then would look at my YouTube data, I wanted to go into blindly and have people see how would we, or I, and now we, as avid jump users, go about analyzing this data.
Yeah,
So,
I love this project. So first, what kind of data can we get out of YouTube? Can we take a look?
yeah, no, that's a good idea. Let's look. So I found a button on my channel. If I go to analytics and I go into advanced mode, and then I'll go lifetime, which is not a lot, and I hit download, and I'll do it as CSV files. So I know CSV files is really easy to get into Jump, so that's a plus. So there we go. I need to unzip it. I might be cutting this away.
Yeah.
Or not, it'd be like a meta clip where I say I'll cut it away, but don't.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that sounds good. Like, this is definitely not going to make it into the final, and then it does.
All right, there we go. We have some content. Okay, so we also need to open Jump. That's the thing.
So what kind of questions would you want answered with the data?
I think one question we could be asking the data is, what is there a weekday that's more preferable for me to post on?
Okay.
So that could be one question.
Yeah.
Another question, I thought it could be fun to do like a word cloud of the names of my videos and try and relate that to how many views they're getting. Maybe.
Yeah.
What do you think? But again, we need to see what it is. So I'm dragging these to get data when it's in a CSV file to Jump. I just need to highlight it, drag it, drop it, and that's why I tell people I love these CSV files.
Yeah, that's easy.
That is easy. Okay, so we have one here that has dates and views.
Okay.
So that's pretty boring.
Well, there might be something in there. Are people watching these on a weekend, a weekday?
Okay, yeah, that's good. Let's do that. Okay, so I have the date. So if I want to know whether it's weekday or weekend, we could make a formula column. And we go in and add a formula. The first one. And we go date. Do you know what we do from here?
Well, there's a quick way to do it.
Is there?
If you right click on that date column.
Like go out of this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's why Pete's here. Okay. So I right click.
Yeah, just right click, go to new formula column and date time. And then you can just get day of the week out of that.
I did not know that.
There you go.
There you go. Okay.
Extra tip there.
That was immensely quicker than what I was doing. Yeah. Okay. So I'm guessing 6 and 7 are going to be
The weekend.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we can do a match.
Yeah. Yeah, there's all kinds of ways you could do that. You could bin it, match it, whatever you want to do. Yeah.
What would you do?
I think I would maybe do maybe like a if statement or just select matching and just make an indicator. So
you know what, guys? I'm just gonna do like this and have Pete do it because he's
okay. So like one of the tricks here, I can just click 6 and 7 and say select matching.
Yeah, that works.
And then I can just right click over here or I'll do it up here actually in the rows menu and go row. And this is kind of hidden away. Name and selection column. It's down there. And I'm going to just say weekend or just Y and N. That's even easier.
Yeah, that's easier.
There we go. And then I'm going to just say okay. And there we go.
I did not know you could do it that easy. Yeah.
There you go.
You're making my life easier.
There we go.
So from here, what I could do, you're gonna keep the
keyboard.
the keyboard. Yeah,
All
it'll
right.
be the. Okay, I would go to the graph folder because that's the tool I use a lot. And then I'd just say, okay, is this worth investigating at all? Like before I do any stats, do I even want to do stats? So, and then views, and then done. That's not a really good view. Maybe I'll do another view.
Yeah, maybe like a bar chart or something.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
Okay.
So,
there seems to be less viewers on the weekend. For some reason, people might not be looking at my stats video in the weekend.
there's still about 8 views every, on average. So, yeah.
I'm happy that people take vacation.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that people do not watch stats for fun.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Certain people.
Okay. So if we were to get some stats on this, where would you do it?
I think I would go and just make a one-way plot and fit Y by X.
You do it.
And see if they're different.
Yeah. You go do that.
Okay, I'll do it. All right, so I go under, well, there is a quick way you can do it from here too. You could just go under and hit launch analysis, and it'll do a fit model, but then you can hit run, and this gives you an idea right here if that's statistically significant or not. And what would you say to that?
I would say, so we're on 17, and we want that to be 5, right?
Yeah.
So what I would normally say is that since we're not on 5, with the data that I have available, it's not proven to be significant.
Yeah.
But if I were to having twice the amount of data, that would make my confidence interval smaller, and I would think as time go by, that is going to be significant.
Yeah, maybe if we have more than a few months of data, I think that's a good hypothesis that we should test in the future.
So that's something I try to tell people, that just because something isn't significant now, there's a lot of reasons it might not be significant. Well, it might not be significant because it's not significant. But there's other reasons.
Right.
Like, are your data supporting?
Yeah. We're looking at 639, it looks like, total, or 640 total observations here. So
yeah,
there you go.
I haven't been posting for that amount of days.
There's probably a bunch of zeros in there.
Probably a bunch of zeros.
Maybe we should
look at the data.
There you go. Did we go too far? We're going to have to put this in front of doing that.
I'm just going to hit fit Y by X and do like a, try to look at the data in here.
Yeah, I think that will probably give you a better idea.
Use. Okay. And then, so it says I have 456 days.
Well, it goes back to 2021.
Okay. I know what's happening. It's because I did a video.
Way back when.
Okay. And a year passed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of.
There's going to be a lot of zeros in there.
We might want to be removing that. I'm wondering if it's skewing our. No, zeros shouldn't be.
Well, yeah, it'll give a bunch of zeros in there. So,
or is it
here? Why don't we do it right here? Right, we'll just add a local data filter.
That's a great idea. Yeah, you can do that. Okay, so I'm just gonna make this larger.
Yeah.
So people can see it, and what we're trying to do here is do a
t-test.
A t-test.
Yeah.
I would
or
do
compare means. Yeah.
Yeah. I would normally do this one.
Yeah, that works. And
so I have pretty okay. So my idea that to get more data, to get more narrow intervals, is probably not going to work.
Well, it will going forward, but I think if you look back at time, you have 640.
Yeah. Well, let's remove the days where there were no views.
Yeah.
See if that makes a difference. So now we're still on. Well, surprise, 17.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to see that that's the same.
They agree. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, let's put on a local data filter on views, and remove the zeros. No, it doesn't work. How can I do this? 0 to 0?
I think if you put 1 on the low end. Right, so this has only got zeros in it.
Okay, so I have 368 observations of 0.
Right.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to just go back.
That's the easier way,
Yeah.
probably.
Maybe. And then I'm going to make an if statement. I'm going to use my column 3. I made column 3 for a reason.
You could also select and just hide and exclude.
No.
them, but
We're going to make an if statement.
All right. You wanted to do it. Let's do it.
So, could you write if?
Yeah, if.
Parentheses. Then we got that. If views equals. Oh, you do.
I can do it. Equals. Oops. Let's see. Equals 0. And
Then yes. Wait, why?
y. Okay.
Else no.
And hold on, I think I have to put this in quotation.
Oh yeah, you do. If you've watched one of my videos, I highly suggest people do that. Otherwise, it's not working.
Yeah.
I like that it put both quotations on. Like it's
Yeah, that's nice.
it is
Saves
quality
you.
of life thing.
Saves you some time.
It was really like that was the good way of doing it.
There you go.
Okay, so I'm just gonna make this large. So let's try and do that again. This column we could call it views equals to 0. Or yeah, whatever. Views 0.
Views 0.
Okay, so we can filter on that because it's much easier to filter on something categorical,
Yeah, agreed.
especially if it's a categorical question, like
Right.
it's a yes/no question we're asking. So we do go back to fit y by x, and we say
Why don't you use that recall button?
there we
There
go.
you go.
We could even do it by view 0.
Yeah.
No, but no.
Yeah, we'll just filter it because it's all going to be zeros on
Okay.
the other one.
I did that wrong. So I'm just gonna do this one more time
Okay.
to show people one thing. And because I learned that if I enlarge it here,
Yeah.
it won't refit. But if I enlarge the analysis, jump will fit the window. But if I were to drag this one
It doesn't move.
and then move it,
Yeah.
it doesn't change the bit. So if I were to add more analyses, it's not automatically enlarging the window.
Got it.
So if you want to enlarge a window and jump, the best way of doing it is by taking something within the analysis and
And grabbing it.
you see, I just
You just
just
proved
did,
your
yeah.
point.
I wanted to move it, but I didn't. I do, yeah. One more time, guys. Okay. I'll do that recall. Actually move it up there. Make it large. Add a local data filter by views, and then only look at no's.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, and we've excluded. There's a year of me not doing anything.
Right. Which
Yeah.
is
No, it's-
368 days is pretty close to a year.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But yeah.
That's actually days that people have not watched the video
At all. Yeah.
at all.
We could all.
I'm actually thinking that's not going to make a difference to the hypothesis test. I'm just removing zeros.
Well, so
It does,
it
of
depends
course.
on if there's more zeros on the weekend.
Yeah, there would be
Yeah.
much more zeros that is
You
not
know,
weekend.
maybe we should just do it by date and look at the last year of
Yeah.
or last 6 months of videos.
Let's do this. Well, which one did I think? That one.
Yeah.
That is pretty much. It's slightly higher.
Yeah.
Because I have a much less. I have much fewer observations.
Right,
But observations for a t-test, that's a decent amount of observation.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
So why don't we go back and remove that zeros and then just change it to like when did you start posting a lot of videos?
October last year.
Okay, so October 2022. So let's look at that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just do that same fit y by x.
Oh, okay. You just want to make a filter on it.
Yeah, let's hit recall, and we'll just do the filter, and again resize that window here.
We should put it up there.
Yeah, so we can see. Okay, and then I'm gonna do that. I like that. ANOVA, and then we're gonna go ahead and add that local data filter on date.
Yeah.
And then we'll say, okay, so look, we can go pick. We want 2022. And we want...
I should always have a Pete by my shoulder when I do it.
October, no problem. And then there we go. And it's updated, and whoa,
it is significant.
We're getting close. That is significant. So what's this telling me, Christian, right here?
Telling me that, or it's telling us that people are not consuming stats video as much on weekends.
You know,
it makes me happy. It makes me kind of happy.
You know, there's hope for humanity.
There's hope for humanity.
That stats is a weekday kind of thing.
Even though it's jazzy.
Yeah. But,
okay.
Yeah. All right.
I'm just gonna cut it here.
Yeah.
I like that. But it was a fun exercise. Like if I had not had jump, it would not have been fun. But thanks, Pete, for joining. It was a pleasure to have us to host you.
Yes.
Thank you for your expertise.
Yeah. Thanks for having me to Denmark. Not just for this, but thank you anyway.
Right, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want more content. Let me know if you think this was a video you liked. Catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.